Hey brothers, this is Cam from Hey Brother Outdoors. I'm about to go to the spot literally right down the road from me. We're gonna go scout some deer. I'm trying to find some deer sign. Here we go. Let me get in here. All right, let's get to hunting. All right, so I'm here at my spot. I just parked the car. Got the Thermacell on my backpack. Got the GoPro on my chest. I've never really done this before with the whole camera, tripod, and all that jazz. So we're going to a spot that's right next to my house. That main road behind me, that they're blasting their music. I really don't mind that because when they do that all the time, I tend to see that the deer are used to it. You know, they're used to it. They live out here. They're used to that stuff, and they spook a little less. That's the nice part about being around the military installation, is that we have ranges going on all the time. People blasting music all the time. So I noticed last year the deer are a little less skittish. I saw more of that in Georgia. I'll probably put some videos of my Georgia stuff, just my trail cams, because I didn't actually film myself last year. One of my other spots that I do, it's right next to a range. The range is on the other side of the road, and you know, I thought I got busted with. They started a range one day and they were shooting, and I was like, I'm just gonna leave, and I turned around and I busted a huge buck. So anyway, let's see if I can get to my point. So somebody might have just ran this trail, but let's see if I can see anything, and we'll get back to it. That's good. Stand is still up. My stand is not very far from that trail. Maybe like less than 50 meters. But it's just so thick and dense in here. Man, this has changed so much in, you know, since January. And now it's late July, coming up on August. Definitely, if you have a place that you know about hunting and stuff like that, you got to get out there and see how it's changed, because that's how the deer are they're also gonna change with habitat when they're trying to find cover. Once the leaves die out and this place becomes barren, then that's why I probably didn't see anything in December, is because they weren't coming in here for cover. I mean, this is thick right off the road. So I'm gonna continue on. I know that in there, deep in there, there's a plethora of rubs that I'm gonna get into, and I'm hoping to see them again and see if they've been refreshed or not. So good thing my stand's still here. That's gonna be easy. I could just walk in here any day I want to, but I'm gonna check out some rubs. Alright, so here's the rub that I saw last year that made me investigate this spot more. This definitely has not been refreshed, but that's not gonna deter me. I'm gonna keep looking. There's a creek down there that there was a rub line all throughout that creek, and the creek is very low, so that means that that buck is just walking down that creek rubbing. So that's the first rub that I've seen out here that I was hoping to see refreshed, but we'll keep going down in there and get deeper. Alright, these bucks are here, I know it. We got fresh deer droppings right there. Yep, those are fresh. All over the place. Alright. I've been slowly making my way through this swamp. I know I'm not actually hunting, but I still don't want to just start yelling and stuff. There might be a chance I could catch something, I don't know. It'd be cool to get on camera, that's my personal thing, so I'm going to keep going and see what else I can find. I don't know if you can see this trail, but there's an obvious trail. There's so much foot traffic right there. That is where they go. They cut through this swamp right here, and they get to the creek over there, and then the fields are back that way where I came from, where my stand is. So I don't know how I'm going to get back here or hunt this right now, other than the stand that I have currently. Here's the obvious trail right here that they come down, but this is definitely heavy use foot traffic. So, and I see a rub right ahead, so I mean, let's put two and two together, right? Alright, this is the trail that I knew was back here. I can see some sign right here. obviously heavy foot traffic. And if I walk down, I mean, I can see a rub right there. This is where I saw all the rubs last year. But there's heavy foot traffic in this mud. I mean, there's rubs everywhere. There's a rub there. There's deer tracks all over this place. Deer hoof prints all along this trail. So they're still using it, but I don't know if there's a buck here rubbing yet. My theory that this was maybe a rut spot. Maybe the buck that came here and frequented it, it was only here during the rut, and then he up and left, maybe from hunting pressure, or maybe he got smoked. I don't know. Kind of hoping not, but this place is not very heavily hunted. Look at, there's another rub right here. That's, yeah, still looking like it's not fresh. Rub right there. Everything is rubbed. Whoever was coming here, he was making a statement. Originally, when I thought about coming to this spot, I thought that maybe it was a summer spot, that he was just going up and down this trail, getting food and going back to bedding, but I don't see anything fresh. I see a rub up here, maybe that's fresh. It's glistening, giving me hope, false hope. You know, that's what hunting is. It's always false hope until you see it. And then you only have a small time to get that deer. That might pretty much conclude this spot for me right now. I've pretty much seen all the rubs that I saw last year, but no fresh rubs. Only fresh deer tracks, fresh deer droppings. To me, that just tells me that there's at least doe walking through these trails, going up to probably feed. I might be in the wrong spot, you know, I might be this might be a rut spot, and they might be, the deer that are in this vicinity, they might be more towards the field, just eating off the field because they haven't been pressured all year. After my assessment, that's probably where I'm thinking I'm going to scout next, is the field along the creek in the major field out there. They're probably browsing on the field grass out there and all the. Here in North Carolina, there's not many oaks or hard oaks, so finding acorns is really like finding gold. They've eaten them up before the season starts. That's the problem. So I guess I'm just gonna make my way out of here, see if maybe I can get a glimpse of the field before I go on home. And so back behind me, this is the field. It's rich with just grass and all different sorts of plants and trees. Not sure if the deer eat it, because North Carolina deer are a little bit harder to figure out, because there's not many hard oaks that drop here. Because as you can see from over this way, down towards the creek, you can see it gets super dense. So this would be the transition line. If I were to hunt this spot or in this vicinity grid, this is where I want to kind of set up, is where I can see the field, see if they're coming from far. Maybe during the rut, I can grunt one in or call them in with a rattler. And as they go down to cover, we just got to find out if they're browsing or not, where they're browsing at, because some of this stuff, I'm probably guessing it's going to be ants eating it, or caterpillars, all that stuff. So anywho, I mean, there's trails all over the place. I just don't see any fresh deer sign. I mean, I probably have to get deeper, but again, the deeper I go, how am I going to get in there during the season? As long as I kind of know these trails where these fatal funnels are, that would be a good indicator of where I can kind of set up my saddle. This year I'm going to go saddle. I do have a stand up, but I'm pretty much just going to keep that as a permanent stand. You can see as it naturally curves in, the deer are going to follow this pattern. You can see kind of all the natural lines of drift are kind of drifting towards this spot right here. I'm going to investigate this. Stay tuned, brother. Always investigate. Always investigate. Okay, so I made it down here to where I'm suspecting the fatal funnel. Pretty easy so far down here in this draw. And this is easy to get through right now. You pretty much cut the draw at least by 25% if you're a deer and you're trying to cross to get to the other side. Problem is, this might be it. This might be the end. That might be it, but I'm not going through it, so you can go to another channel to find somebody that's going to go through that right now. No, thank you. Come on, man, I'm an average guy. I just do average things. this is just nice getting outdoors, man. Like last year was my first year scouting, and man, I thought everything was a rub. At first it took me a while, but then I call it getting your deer eyes, right? Watching the fine gentlemen at the THP and watching their content, looking at rubs, and finding out where the rubs are. I mean, look, this is an obvious trail right here. I mean, these are just natural lines. I mean, the deer are just like us to an extent. They're gonna want the easiest avenue of approach before they have to hunker down and get somewhere safe, and then they'll go into the deep stuff. All right, brothers, I'm about to get out of here. I think that'll be it for this episode. So please remember, get out. You gotta get your boots on the ground, all right? And take your brother hunting, all right? We gotta pass this on. It's a legacy. Even though I didn't grow up doing it, my 3 sons are definitely gonna grow up doing this stuff. Getting off the Xboxes and the PlayStations and the Netflix and the smartphones and all that stuff, and get out here. Still use my smartphone when I'm out here, like for mapping and stuff, but you know what I mean. Getting offline, getting out here, getting hunting, getting stuff done. All right, brothers, take care. Out.